Hello, first graders. Welcome back. This is week 9, day 5. For today's day 5 lesson, you will need your thinking cap, your listening ears, a pencil, your crayons, and your modules 3 and 4 EL workbook. If you don't have these materials ready, just press pause, then press play when you're ready to learn. Okay, hopefully your materials are gathered. We're going to warm up our brains with another mystery bird riddle. This is mystery bird riddle number 3. Just like our previous riddles, you're going to be listening closely to the details, trying to decide if this riddle is about the toucan or the macaw. Put your eyes on the first word that says this. This bird has a long tail. It has a heavy and sharp beak. Its beak helps it to crush seeds and cut through fleshy fruit. This bird has gripping toes to grab onto branches or to grab fruit or nuts. This bird's feathers are bright and colorful. Let's read our riddle one more time. This time, try to read with me. This bird has a long tail. It has a heavy and sharp beak. Its beak helps it to crush seeds and cut through fleshy fruit. This bird has gripping toes to grab onto branches or to grab fruit or nuts. This bird's feathers are bright and colorful. I'll give you a moment to think, and then I'll count to 3 to listen to your answer. Okay, I'm going to count down, and when I say go, you're going to tell me if it's the toucan or the macaw. 1, 2, 3, go! Yes, it's the macaw. In our riddle, we can see that the first few sentences, those could have been about either bird. But the last sentence gave us a big clue. This bird's feathers are bright and colorful. Which one has bright and colorful feathers? The macaw. You are getting really good at solving these bird riddles. I can't wait until it's your turn to write a bird riddle. Now that our brains are all warmed up, let's look at our learning target for today. Today's target says, I can draw a sketch of my expert bird that shows my understanding of shape and size. Today, you are going to be drawing your first scientific sketch of your expert bird. And you'll be showing me, just like Austin showed in day 3's video, that you understand shape and size. We have a chart to help us with our understanding of shape and size. This chart is called Steps to Create a High-Quality Scientific Drawing. This chart is all about shape, size, and details. Let's look closely at the chart together. Think about the shapes you see. When you're looking at your bird picture, you need to look for circles, ovals, squares, rectangles, and triangles, trying to decide what shapes you see in the photograph. Next, you have to think about the size. For example, does your bird have a triangle beak like this or like this? Next, think about the placement. Placement is a big word that really just means where the object is. Is the beak down here, or is the beak up here? And last, think about details. This feather's an okay feather, but we can make it even better by adding all of those little lines of details. These are the different steps that you are going to follow today to help you create your scientific drawing. You'll think about the shapes, size, placement, and details. Now, friends, I have already done this work. My expert bird is this beautiful bird here. This is a cardinal. Now, I first had to really pay close attention to the shapes, size, placement, and details. First, let's talk about the shapes that you see. I noticed that the tail kind of looks like a rectangle. Nod your head if you agree. And what shape do you see here in the body of the cardinal? Yes, a large oval. And in the head, I see a triangle at the top, a circular head, and a triangle for the beak. Now, when I think about the size, I notice that the tail is very long and that the triangles are small, but they're pretty big compared to its head. When I first created my cardinal drawing, I did not put the tail in the right place. My placement was all wrong. I had the tail going this way. And I had to look back at my photograph and see, the placement of the tail wasn't here. It was here. Lastly, I paid attention to the details. And I added some things to my picture. Would you like to see my scientific drawing of the cardinal? Okay, give me a drum roll. There's my picture. I used shapes such as rectangles, ovals, rectangles, a circular head, circular eyes. I put a triangle at the top and a triangular beak. I made sure that the placement was correct. Like I was telling you, I had to erase the original tail and put a tail up here. Then, before I called it done, I added details. I noticed that within these wings, there were lines to show the detailed feathers. So I added them here to my drawing. Then, I made my triangular top have tiny little spriggets of feathers. How do you think my picture looks? Does this look like the cardinal? Why, thank you. I think it does too. Now, I need to add some color to my scientific drawing. But for now, this sketch looks pretty good. Now it's your turn. First, we need to get out our EL workbook. That will help us prepare for independent work. Get out your EL workbook and go to page 42. I'll give you a moment to find it. You'll know you're there when the page looks like this. If you haven't found page 42 yet, just press pause and take your time. Press play when you're ready. Let's look at page 42 together. At the top it says Scientific Drawing Drafts. Expert Bird Draft number 1. Just like I created my expert draft, you will create your expert draft. Now, I didn't just pick a bird. I chose one of the birds from pages 36 and 37 of my EL workbook. This is the same bird that you chose in previous lessons. If you forgot where that is, it's one of these birds. Ah, yes. Now, in this box, you will draw a scientific drawing of your expert bird. Remember to pay close attention to the shapes, the sizes, the placement, and the details of your bird. Our independent work says, complete your scientific draft, paying close attention to the shapes and sizes of your bird's details. Go to pages 36 through 37 to find your bird. Look closely at your bird's details, shapes, and sizes. Let's say you chose the penguin. Before you start drawing your penguin, you'll need to closely look at all of the shapes, sizes, and details. Then, draw a sketch of your bird. If you have time, you can add light color to your sketch. As always, if you don't have your workbook page, you can use a plain, lined, or blank piece of paper. Before I leave you to it to work on your scientific drawing, let's look back at today's learning target. Today's target said, I can draw a sketch of my expert bird that shows my understanding of shape and size. Once you've completed your sketch, you have met your learning target. You'll create a sketch of your expert bird and it'll show that you understand shape and size. You won't have a big beak or a tail in the wrong place. Your sketch will look just like your bird. Do you remember when we watched the video of Austin's butterfly and how it took him draft after draft after draft to make it perfect? That's going to happen here too. It doesn't have to be perfect the first time. With every draft we create, your scientific drawing will get better and better. Okay, researchers, go ahead and get started on looking at your bird and then creating your draft. I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.